my music are just diary entries, I suppose. They comes out ambient sounding, experimental sounding, comes out whatever. I don't really know, I don't really care what the genre is there. It's just literally me exploring all of these feelings and thoughts that I have and creating my own sonic universe.
I would definitely say I like these little bad boys. They're like circuitry, but they are also, it's circuitry, but they make sound, but also they can detect light and they can do a bit of everything.
I would also explain it as like a personal journal. My lyrics and the music I make, I think, describe where my head is at in certain times.
There's a picture that my friend John took of me where I'm in an abandoned house in Marrickville and we're field recording, and you can see in the background the train track that comes out of Marrickville. So the track that I made for Bats Virus is very heavily influenced by that day and also the work that I do as a radio host.
The female community is very supportive and we have a lot of understanding and empathy for each other, and I have learned a lot by working with fellow women and non-binary people.
Maybe the worst thing is like when you go to like a gig or a sound check or something with like a male friend, and then like whoever's like at the place at the event just talks to that friend while ignoring you.
There are terrible people in this industry and other industries too, and they undermine your worth, they make you feel shit, they make you feel like you can't take up space or speak up for yourself.
I wish a journalist would ask me what my favorite pasta shape is. It's something I think about a lot, but I don't know yet because I haven't tried all of them. But I think at the moment it would be like really long spaghetti, like more than 1 meter long, and not broken into pieces.
What's my favorite thing to do when I'm not making music? I don't know, just something relaxing like that. And I guess my answer would be just spending time with people that I care about and just taking time to compress, just reflect and just exist as a person as well as an artist, because, you know, to balance things.
What's your guilty pleasure in music listening? And I think my guilty pleasure is K-pop. I love BTS, aespa, Twice, Six. I can't even list them all. ITZY, so many K-pop acts.
I've always wanted to answer like, you know, those like random interactive fun questions. So I wrote down like shuffle your library and for whatever song that comes up, talk about it, because that's quite spontaneous, I suppose, and fun. I keep on having this like recurring dream of me on my dream bicycle, which is basically a bicycle with a low enough seat where I'm not arching my back. I feel like I'm sitting on there. I have a little basket. I have baguettes in there for reasons unknown. Have flowers in there. Cycling around all of these beautiful pathways, and I'm just seeing the most beautiful landscapes in the entire world, and by my side are the people I love, and we're just biking till the end of time, riding off into the sunset. That's it. That's the dream. One day.
My dreams are so close to reality, which I find so funny because I feel like in the way I live in reality, I live in like a dream state, and when I go to sleep I just dream about mundane things. which is so boring.
I'm narcoleptic. I love talking about this because it's like sleep for me is very annoying and expensive. But for me, I do have dreams that are in like recurring places that my brain has created that have like secret doors to like secret gardens or like secret rooms that are made out of glass bricks or like very funny architecture, and that's like my favorite dream.
Like I had one about like 2 nights ago. I was in an obstacle course, but it was all made of like astroturf, and my partner was Jimmy Neutron, and he was like helping me get through all the puzzles because I wasn't doing a very good job. And then at some point I was wearing a suit made of astroturf, and then I like was like camouflaged, and I was like trying to like get through the course in disguise.
You know that interview, one of the many interviews that Keanu Reeves does? I think it wasn't an interview, I think he was accepting an award or something like that for being an icon, which is like quite, I'm pretty sure he has like 10,000 of those awards, but he was basically saying, man, I love movies. Yeah, that's me. That's the other passion besides music.
I'm passionate about animals. I love my cat. I've had my cat for about 6 months, and he's 1 in March. So I usually just come home and spend time with my cat and talk about him as well. His name's Teddy. You can maybe hear him in the background. I also love just having in-depth conversations, you know, about topics to do with, you know, feminism or injustice or tokenism or, you know, Western Sydney community conversations. I've been engaging in them a lot more lately.
I'm passionate about getting all of my creative ideas to life. There are a lot of textile works that I would like to create, but I'm also learning while I'm doing it, and sometimes I get very frustrated because, you know, textiles just don't act the way you want them to, and there's a different way of manipulating things in real life into a way that you want. Anyway, it's a bit like sculpture, and it's really irritating, and I hate it, but I also worry about it a lot, but hopefully that's something that I can do. I would like to be buried in a very nice Simone Rocha couture or Vivienne Westwood wedding dress. Culturally, like, I won't be buried with anything because, like, I'm a Muslim, so we are buried without anything, and the coffin has to be, like, the least embellished. But I would like to dream that, like, someone would spend, like, $5,000 on a dress for, like, dead me.
Safe for survival-based things, if I didn't have to supply those, then I'd probably just bring my guitar. If I did have to supply those and it was like a non-furnished version of Death for Rent, then I would bring some food and some snacks, maybe a few books, a bed, and some tea. I wouldn't mind having some tea.
My crystals. I take my crystals with me. I'll take some sage, some incense. Those are the items I want. Probably. That's a strange one. I think so.